And with this very epic starting soon screen, and more like the end of it, we're back for 2 Sorel Tier 2. And yeah, it is race day once again, or I mean, it's qualifying, and it looks like we're going to get a qualifying session here that is more one-shot qualifying, because it's drizzling and cracking up a cold one in the background is that Bants and I am Thimo, and we're going to guide you through tonight's Tier 2 event. And yeah, the win is quite interesting because it's just a little drizzle, and I don't know. So if it gets worse and worse, that obviously means that we're going to get a qualifying session where the times get slower and slower, and in the end, you even with a rocket ship, you still couldn't outpace those who set that up times when the track was still drier, which means it's going to be very tense right from the start. Let's see. And is this like a bug, or are there actually no time set yet? No, okay,
no time set. Now, there we go.
NJJ, and then Verk and Clara are racing each other on track here. Satoshi comes across the track and puts it in provisional pole. It's a 133.3. NJJ...
Turn on your telemetry and your lap data.
Oh, right.
Let's not do this again, please.
Jesus.
No right, I want to open up the stream this time, though. Let's do it a bit differently. Because I know we had that on SLR, where people seem to want to put in their guesses. Who do you guys think is going to get gold? Who's going to get the race win? Yeah. You're going to get meaningless internet points for it, boys.
Yeah. As we're riding on board with Tipsy oh, my bad. Pixel set a 134. That was pretty post-cringe, wasn't it? I prepared that joke for 4 years.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
I was like, I have to make that one. Clef had a decent race last time out, if I recall correctly, and he puts it in P2, just in that race in P1. He is actually the championship leader now that Rinrin has been promoted. Rinrin obviously having won, I think one of the 2 races, and in the other one he would have won if not for a substitute. I think that's how it went. So he got promoted. He also drove in the Tier 1 race right after the Tier 2 race last week, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed, yeah.
And that means, basically, that leaves us with a championship leader just in that racer after 2 rounds on 20 points. He's got less points than you would have if you won 1 race, but that's beside the point. It's a fresh start. P2 in the championship is Verk, who's just entering the pits. We've got yellow flags. I don't know who that is. Maybe you could investigate, or maybe someone could write into the live chat if it's going to rain in the race as well, or if this is just a qualifying thing. Obviously, if you have watched SLR Tier 1 yesterday, you saw similar conditions.
It was the same, yeah.
Yeah, difference being that you couldn't drive on dry tires. Just looking at these laps, 32.9 on softs, you know, that's pretty slow, indicating that the track is severely less grippy with the rain. I mean, I would imagine them to be at least a second quicker.
I don't know if it's drying up right now or not, but my guess is that it's getting wetter, so it means that these might actually be the final qualifying positions.
I agree.
By the way, not putting a 2 Sorel in his name. GG.
What a legend. I mean, that didn't take him long. He just knew what's right.
He just knew what's right.
Yeah, some people need a little more time. But we don't blame them. It's okay. But
Keeper changed his name for this race as well.
To Gaybot Epic Gamer Person, man.
Yeah.
Gamer Man
That's his
person.
Discord name. I'm too sorry.
Jesus. Yeah, it's a pretty good name, honestly. I mean...
Oh, Joel is sideways. Rest in peace.
I mean, it's a tie. Sorry. Go on.
No? What? Go on.
Now, name-wise, it's a tie between some idiot and... I have to read it again. Gaybot Epic Gamer Man Person, which is the better name, especially as a caster. It's a tough call. I think I'd give some idiot maybe a bit of an edge, but this name just has some class, man.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so Spears, the start of the race is wet. Very interesting.
Oh, that's actually...
So, Tipsy says, looking on the grid, I can't see a clear winner, but I think Noel will get a podium.
Yeah,
additionally...
That's interesting.
Yeah, go on. Why do you think that's interesting?
because we talked to Noel early in the channel, you were there, remember? And people told Noel, or they asked him if he was ready to go and dominate now that Rinrin is gone. After Rinrin's departure, Noel obviously having a good race last time out. And the question is, can he maybe take that spot over? But on the other, like, his answer to it was, dude, I did like 10 TT laps, I'm not prepared. And yeah, so that's a question. Can he pull something off without?
He might
a lot
just
of
do an
practice?
Icewind. Who knows?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Additionally,
I think
we
both
have
are
another
convinced
comment here.
that both are convinced
the
that they
chat.
deserve to be in tier 2. Anyway.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Mr. Slash writes, I think we should go to the garage and see conditions, you know? We have to
Okay.
improve
Look. Look, there's the garage. I hope you're happy.
Tipsy also says that we shouldn't show Pixel because he took his helmet and car.
Wait, how can Tipsy drive? He's in the car. What the
Yeah, I
hell?
know, right? I'm very confused about that too. I guess that's some kind of meta meme we don't understand.
Yeah. Jesus.
Oh, Steam crashed for all of us, someone says in chat. Really?
It didn't for me, Chief.
Me neither.
And JJ's inputs are quite interesting. I think he's getting the Hulkenberg Singapore message right now. You need to stop using the throttle while you're braking. Maybe
Or he's just having flashbacks to me hitting him yesterday.
Oh yeah. Yeah, enjoy your penalty, you dirty driver.
Oh, he's got a 25 on his car, by the way, GG.
Oh yeah. But he's got
Also very nice.
he's got SLR in his name though, which evens it out again. Anyway,
It does even it out, yeah.
is someone on a quick lap? Let's so Clever clearly isn't. I mean this is going to be quick, but mainly because he skipped like the entire turn 4.
Clara starts the lap as well right now on soft tires.
Oh, okay, let's go with
This
Clara
is
then.
going to be a good metric this first sector if he doesn't bottle it, whether or not the track is doing...
Oh,
Never mind. So, Clef.
Clef!
He's losing a lot of time,
He's
2.5
2
down.
seconds up, yeah.
But he's also not
Doesn't
using
look
his...
good. I mean, everyone now got the call, or got the memo that they should go on softs as this is going to be a one-shot qualifying. Let's actually have a look at the best times. Yeah, Satoshi, for example, is in P3 with reasonable... Oh, migrating host. Oh, this is great. I love this. Can we like... Oh my god. What's your opinion, Bants? Do you love
this is not nice.
Not? But
This is not epic.
But I love it because it means that everything is going to be delayed, so we can...
Yeah, I think we need to restart this.
That's not good, is it?
No, we don't really have time for that.
Yeah, that's
We
unfortunate.
have 7 minutes left, so we might have to one-shot this, you know?
Yeah, that's kind of lame.
I don't think we're making 2-1 otherwise.
Yeah, I'm getting Steam PMs. I don't know, like, who it is or what it is. If it's something important, maybe write to Bants, because I can't tell, but then you'll get a black screen. And if it's you telling me to put
go
up...
go check.
Oh, Campo. I was losing it. Okay, Hagrid has left the session and he's the host, so I guess that's that.
Yeah, go check what they're saying.
It is Satoshi who needs an invite. Well, I mean, we're making a new lobby, so it doesn't matter, does it?
Indeed, it does.
Yeah, that's, like, not what I hoped this would be, but okay.
Yeah, we'll just have to settle for one shot, I think.
I
Or we can take the final positions right here because it looks like it was gonna keep raining anyway.
Yeah.
And times weren't improving, I think.
I guess it's up to Hagrid to decide. He's the tier 2 admin, obviously, alongside Cursed. But he's on P16, so maybe you should not let him decide.
I'm going to ask him if the track was improving or not. Okay, well, it's getting worse. Okay, let's just take the final qualifying times. It probably would have been the final times anyway.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. That will not change the results up too much. I hope this ping is a Steam invite. No, it's Tipsy Bob telling me, did you know Tipsy Bob had the first green helmet in 2 Sorrel? Facts are facts. Can you please stop PMing me? Otherwise I will put up position changes. Forever and ever and ever.
You mean like forever?
You mean like whatever? I think I'm crying.
Lol.
Yeah. This is just great. What was it then? Was it actually like Steam being bad?
Yeah, it looks like it, yeah.
Weird. I mean, this week has been plagued by it. Both
Yeah,
lower
still struggling.
SLR tiers, it's just not very enjoyable. Unfortunately, I'm not tipsy, so I can't give I can't give a good rant on how Codemaster abandons its community and how it shouldn't. Just like, yeah, fill in the blanks, I guess.
The start was wet, right?
The start was wet, is what I've been told, yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
so
I've been told by you.
Hagrid is going to make the start wet, and then the rest dry. Then we
But you can
sort of
actually do
replicate it,
that?
but-
You can actually do
Yeah.
that?
I mean, this is the thing again, though, with like, this doesn't reflect as badly on Steam. You can blame them as much as you want about this happening. It reflects worse in Codemasters for relying so heavily on a different service to do the multiplayer for them instead of having their own servers.
Oh, but peer-to-peer is great, man.
Yeah. I mean, they could do peer-to-peer and still matchmake themselves, but they use Steam for it. Which means that if Steam has a problem, the game doesn't work in online. It's not, not very smart.
Yeah, I've seen better approaches. I mean,
That's why this happened.
I'm just sitting here nodding, trusting that you're not talking dumb stuff. Because I have no clue about these things. But, you know.
Well, seems you trust me a lot then, Thimo.
Oh,
I
I do.
appreciate it.
Oh, I do. So.
Let's see if everyone's in.
Huh?
Let's see if everyone is in.
I, for my part, am not.
You should probably be in the lobby, Tim. I heard that is 100% of the reason one is not in the lobby.
Someone
That,
should
they're not
probably
in the
give
lobby.
me an invite.
Sorry, kid, you're not invited.
Oh no, it's like my childhood all over again. Crying. Okay, I'm in.
Time for the Formula Hybrid League replacing the F1 tiers. Timo, 2 tiers of Assetto Corsa hybrids.
Can
Hell
we please,
yeah.
Can we please do that?
Yeah,
I'd
have
be
4
full on
people
up
race.
for it. I think it would be better.
With all 4 people racing.
Yeah, all
Yes.
bring your full grid. I'm alone as well.
That moment when you have more commentators than actual people racing.
It is true. Oh, that was a great adventure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the good thing about the season was at least every race we had a fight for the top. That was pretty cool. But the fact that the fight for the top was all of what was going on track was kind of uninspiring. So we ready
I think
to go?
that hybrid season where we had like 4 people racing in the last half cost me about $50 in server costs
Really?
to host those, yeah.
What?
Like in hindsight, that doesn't seem very economic for 4 people. God damn it, dude.
Dude, we should have gone big on sponsors and made like the broadcast.
yes.
We should have made the broadcasters huge. That would have compensated for. Why are you laughing? I'm sorry, guys. It's just kind of hard to stay serious as the game plays
The game
tricks.
just lost that kid. I'm sorry. All right, let's ready up, boys. I think we're all in.
At least the league admin is in voice with me, so I'm not the one to blame for this broadcast.
Hagrid is not here.
Oh god damn it! Stop weaseling out. You know exactly what I mean.
I'm whistling out.
Wrestling.
That was really bad.
You're wrestling out.
Yeah, never mind that. Just delete that.
Was that an attempt at a bad pun or something?
Yes, it really was.
Something to do with vessel? No.
Yes.
No. No! Oh god.
You must be lying about it, Thimo.
Oh no.
You just gotta be. Oh, you don't want to commit to it on stream, do you?
No, it was just sneakily eating a bit of my pizza, so I couldn't like full on burst out laughter, crying.
excuse.
Pizza's always a good excuse.
Pizza, pizza, pizza. So tell me something, Thimo. How's your life going?
Downhill. They're pretty
Oh, okay.
quick. Unlike my
Pretty
front
quick?
laps.
Is your life going down quicker than your ever sim racing? I see.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. I'm just like... No. I can't follow it up with a joke because I'm just not that funny and I hate that you put me on the spot all the time. Why do you do that? It's like it's like the driver interview in SLR Tier 2. You just pull me in just to ask me some stupid stuff and then just expect me to be funny on the spot. Dude, I'm German, you know me. What the hell?
I am German as well.
Yeah, but you had preparation.
Preparation?
Yeah.
Have you seen any of my streams?
Touché.
I don't even prepare for my job interviews, man. No time for that, I'm sorry.
Can we... Okay, we've got 5 drivers ready and we've changed session settings multiple times. I hope that we can just go now. So from memory, who was on pole? It was Justin alongside Clef, wasn't it?
Yep.
Can you please... Okay.
Yep, Def P2, Justin P1.
And I think Satoshi behind them, who was like only 3/10 off on a slower tire compound. So I think Satoshi's got decent pace here. Maybe you can do some... do you know where he ended up in Tier 3 of SLR maybe? Because I don't know what to expect from Satoshi.
And Tier 3?
Yeah.
Oh god, he's in Tier 3, that's right.
Yeah, Tier 2 champion driving in Tier 3.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, that should happen IRL. Isn't there like a policy IRL if you win F2 you can't drive F2 again, so he just gets demoted into F3 again.
That's happened before, hasn't it?
I don't think so. Kryzen Artem Markelov.
Is he still on F2?
I think he's not anymore.
He was there 5 seasons, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was there 5 seasons, and De Vries had to go into FE because he took 3 years to win it. So, RIP Artem Markelov. Huh?
Top 10.
Okay. So let's get...
Bring back the Charles Leclerc.
Oh, it's full on rain, yeah. I forgot. So that's also, I mean, mediocre. Interesting strategy. It just like depends who gets the jump on.
Yeah, who gets it right? Who pits at the right moment? For example, a way of not doing that is Tipsy Bob in Monza Season 5. Nah, that's not what I call good timing.
Too soon, man. Too soon. It's only been 2 seasons. You can't just joke about it now. Evil person. I mean, we all know that your race engineer, like, just beat up the race engineer of Tipsy, and then told Tipsy to pit. We all know that's what happened. You just won't.
I got a lot of slack though by the commentators for not giving Tipsy the win. You know.
Who's the commentators? Wasn't it like Sergius and Triton?
No, yeah. Sergius had to go, so it was just Triton, and he was like talking about, oh, I hope he lets Tipsy by.
Yeah, I mean that's the general rule. You can, as a commentator, you have to stay neutral in any case, except it involves old Irishman. Then it's fine. That's why I'm always openly rooting for Ocean Chief.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, always championing him. I always try to be neutral, but when it comes to Ocean Chief,
load the setup.
No! Oh, yeah, that's a danger. That happened to me in the past. Like Silverstone, SLR Tier 2, where we had to restart 3 times, and I forgot it on the first and the second time, forgot to load the setup. That was a great one. I love that.
Isn't the best car though, at least.
He's
Oh,
not.
nice.
He's
When
not
Clef
in
goes
the.
off track.
He's not in the McLaren. He's
Is
not
he-
in the McLaren.
He's not in the BMW, is what he's not.
Well, he's in the Williams. That's close enough, I guess.
What is it?
Well, yeah, this Williams team has been a BMW team once. Just like the Alfa Romeo has been.
BMW. Was it BMW? I
Well-
thought BMW was only BMW Sauber. No?
No, it was BMW Williams in the early 2000s with Montoya
Was
and
it?
Schumacher. Yeah, and then they withdrew and
Yeah, because
pulled
of
to
the crisis.
Sauber. And they no, I mean before that they went over, left Williams alone and went to Sauber.
Yeah.
So that they had two different privateer teams in the early 2000s, and then the crisis had hit and they were gone. Anyways,
I wonder if they regretted that.
I don't know. Well,
You don't
I am sad
know?
about it. Why would
How
I
dare
know?
you not know?
Why would I know?
Yeah.
I'm
Why would
sorry.
anyone know? Anyways.
Social competence is not my profession. So anyway,
Same.
anyway, the race start, I think I'm going to call it. It's going to be a bit dicey because this is Shanghai turn 1 and turn 2. They are very tight, they tighten up a little bit, lines are weird, and you can torpedo up people's inside, and this is in the rain, so you're going to
Yeah,
naturally...
there might be a lot of carnage. It's a very dangerous turn 1 always anyways.
Yeah,
so this is
exactly,
going to be
and the rain
special.
is just going to make it, yeah, special.
I'm
It's
going to let
something
you take the lead on
special.
this one.
So we have got 4 lights, 5 lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. And slow starts because it's raining, but I think Justin has just about got it. But Clef already alongside him. Clara in the back alongside them. Satoshi's dropped some positions. Clef and Justin are racing side by side into through turn 1, and Clara on the outside gets it sideways. Catches it
Oh,
though.
there it is. There it is.
And now on the inside of Clef. Clef probably struggling a lot
Oh
with that
my
default
God,
setup.
what
Wow,
is going
Clara.
on here?
I did not see that one coming. And Clef probably didn't either. So Clara up into P2. Joel with a penalty for colliding with Verk. So I take it Verk has... Yeah, Verk's in trouble. He's all the way down. And oh no! Collision for the lead! Clara pants it to Justin, and that makes... promotes Keyboard Magnussen into P1. And Satoshi's in P3. That was kind of clumsy. Now they're running side by side here. What's going on?
Jesus Christ.
Let's ride on board with Pixel here. Or is it Tipsy? I don't know. Anyway. Clef in P2, Satoshi P3, Justin P4, and yeah, he'll not be a happy man after that contact. Pixel has passed his teammate Wimpy, so the McLaren boys running in formation 6th and 7th, and Justin down the inside of Satoshi. Can he make it stick? Against little tag from the on the back from Pixel, I believe. Clara getting wide there. Oh, looks very dangerous. The rain certainly caught a lot of drivers off guard.
Yeah, it really amplifies this race, that's for sure.
And
That
so
was such a
Keyboard Magnussen is actually leading this race.
Oh,
And Satoshi! Wimpy!
Russell!
Wimpy's out! He's been crashed out by
at that
NJ
very same
James.
corner in SLR
Oh
as well.
no! And he rejoins the track! He rejoins the track, and that is dangerous for Inferno Koi. There's people running side by side. You shouldn't. I'm full on convinced he just let loose of the steering wheel there and got back on track. But he shouldn't be doing that. He's back under control now. Drop down to P15. Inferno Koi! And he catches it though. Manku is in last. Yeah, he has got wing damage. Inferno Koi is there, and up front Justin and NJJ is past Clara.
The rain is catching absolutely everybody off guard right now.
Yeah, this is quite the mess, but like an exciting mess. Can't blame anyone. No one. I don't think lots of people did rain practice. As Pixel goes off track, then that will give NJJ the possibility to strike. He's alongside. Now they will go through the S section. NJJ tries to carry the speed round the outside of Pixel. Next one will be NJJ's corner, but Pixel solidly ahead of him. Clara lurking behind them. Up front, Keyboard Magnussen doing a grand job. Yellow flags. Is it maybe George? No. George lost a little bit of ground. So, on the straight, we don't know how long the rain will last, of course.
Oh, Pixel getting it sort of wrong, but he caught it.
Yeah, he's
Pixel
struggling.
in a really good
He's
position right now,
struggling,
but
his
he's
position
really
is his position is outstanding. I did not think he would be that high up, and I'm sure he didn't either, but P5 is very good for him. And now Clara will try it on NJJ, but NJJ moves defensive. Ocampo tries to find a space for himself, but he is left watching as NJJ and Clara running side by side. NJJ kind of does a body block move, and that gives Ocampo the chance to get both, maybe. Ocampo up into P7, now running side by side with NJJ. P6, double overtake into the last corner, but NJJ holds on to the inside, runs a bit wide, and yeah, down he goes again. That was a short moment of glory, and now Noel, oh, Clara weaving aggressively, they're trying to find the gap past NJJ, not finding it now side by side with the teammate. Now that Halvani is faster than you, I'm sorry.
Mr. Wimpy, by the way, huge props to him for not rage quitting after that.
I would probably,
happened. Doesn't look like it was really his fault.
Yeah.
But of course that's not, you know, I didn't really see it fully. But regardless, good job to him for sticking on it. I mean, anything can still happen, especially in these conditions. Safety cars,
yeah,
anything really. I mean, yeah.
And he might also just get the jump on. He might also just get the jump on the pit lane and maybe get somewhere with that. Safety car's probably his. It's sad to say, his most reliable way up front again, because if there's a safety car, he's definitely in the mix again. If not, he's going to be in a struggle, but he can still pick off people. It's the rain, unpredictable things happen. We've had some drama here in the first 3 laps, and I don't see a reason why it wouldn't continue in some sort of way. So maybe Wimpy will come back later in the race and show himself.
Clara setting himself up for an overtake here on NJJ for P7.
Great camera angle.
Look like it's gonna happen though. Clara completely depleted the battery, whereas NJJ is full.
Yeah.
I think it's very wise to go for an overtake.
Has a little bit of a look here. Clara
Noel on Pixel's tail as well.
Noel is...
And Justin right behind Gabot Magnussen here.
Yeah, Noel is on an absolute charge. He's started all the way down, and he's already gained 8 positions. He's come from P14 on the grid. And Justin is very close to Keyboard Magnussen. I wonder if the first and only keyboard driver in 2 Sorel will, like, if he struggles even more, like if his struggles amplified by the rain, because, I mean, your tires overheat more and everything. I imagine it's very tough, but he's... Yeah, this is an absolutely strong showing. Driving defensive line.
Justin side by side now with Gabot.
Can he hang it around the outside? Oh, he's had a little bit of a look.
Somewhere.
Yeah, it would have worked with the Z4, but I'm afraid
this is Manku.
Manku, what's happened to Manku?
Yeah, he won the round, but he's back on. He's back on. He's very far behind. He's gonna really be praying for a safety car right about now. But again, also props to him for not just giving up.
Yeah, it's always a tough thing because you think, why am I doing this? But
yeah,
I mean,
but in a race like this, it's just very likely.
Oh, Campo Clara's dropping positions, 2 positions. I think Clara just came from off track, had to rejoin, didn't get a good one there. So Clara kind of the loser of the starting phase. Pixel gets a bit sideways. No looks hungry. Clef and Justin are actually fighting.
Clara hits the back of NJJ there. That could be wing damage.
And that would be unfortunate. Now on the main straight. Clef and Justin fighting for P2.
Yeah,
and Noel has passed Pixel already. Back up to the others. Let's see what's happening here. Clef on the inside.
He's gonna send it.
Ooh.
Very poorly committed though, has to be said. He decided very late.
Pixel a little down the order.
And Clef hits Justin.
Oh no! They're both off, and that's huge. That's a Racing Point 1-2. Satoshi into P2. Well, Satoshi pits immediately, and everyone's coming to the pits. I think it's like, oh, do you think it's maybe like a case one of them wanted to pit, the other one didn't, and they crashed into each other? You think that's what happened?
I don't think either of them meant to pit that. No.
Oh yeah,
I think there was a bit of poorly estimated speed difference there.
And it looks like, DRS is enabled, so Keyboard Magnussen, Pixel, Ocampo, NJJ, and Hagrid are all in trouble. And you can see the track looks very dry. They should have probably followed the massive drivers into the pits. I imagine they will not be happy. Let's ride onboard with Pixel here, because he'll certainly struggle. Yellow flags, who's that? Joel, maybe? No.
It's Manku.
Oh. Yeah, Manku's having a nightmare, really.
Tires on, please, Thimo.
Yeah, now it makes sense. Earlier it didn't. So we can see, basically everyone going on softs, and Satoshi on mediums, and Fernokoi, Joel and Wimpy on hards. And I don't quite get that. I would have gone on hards. I think you can do 23 laps. It's like a close call.
Oh, Manku completely outbrakes himself.
Manku?
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
He
he's off
beats the
into the
wall.
wall. I mean, it's safe to say he's not going to be a factor in the rest of this race. NJJ on Ocampo. In the meantime, we've just lost one Argentinian. The other one is about to be in trouble. NJJ on his outside. NJJ has been absolutely storming through the grid, but he's probably lost time on not pitting. Can he catch it? Oh, yeah, he outbroke himself a little more than Gabriel there. And ends up behind him again. And now they're going to dive into the pits. Let's hope no one does the Hamilton. And Noel has actually passed Clef, and I think that might be... Yeah, that's for a net P2. No, net P2. Satoshi's still ahead of him. So Hagrid pits, everyone pits. Let's see, how does this unfold? Because it's Satoshi in P1. Noel already in P2, coming from P14 on the grid with 6 laps in this race. This is outstanding.
Fantastic job, I know, yeah.
And the yellows are really irritating. I don't know what's going on. Pixel has, Pixel, one of the biggest losers in this. He's down to P10. Such a good opening stint now. He has got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, but this is what he practiced for dry racing, so he's going to be showing his pace here now.
And his pace was very promising. And Clara attacks the back of Keyboard Magnussen, goes spinning and crashes into Verk, or rather is collected by Verk. Nothing really Clara could do there after the contact was made. Unlucky for Verk, did the Santino Ferrucci, and had the crash in the end. But looks like the car, does the car not have damage? It looks like both end this is ridiculous. Why is the car not damaged? Not that I'm wishing damage on Verk.
I mean, I'm happy it isn't, if it's actually true.
Yeah, but what the hell? Okay. Anyways. And Clara on the edge of the battery. Like 5% in the battery. Sky's Bits on 30. And he's draining a little. Pixel drops down the... Oh, they're actually 3 wide with NJJ and Ocampo.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of contact sideways.
There.
Yeah, sideways goes Gabriel. And Pixel looks like he's the biggest loser out of those. And,
Far from over.
Yeah, NJJ with the open DRS. Ocampo has not got any DRS, so he'll be the victim here. The one to be hunted now goes wide. Pixel sees his chance.
Ocampo makes a bit of a mistake, it seems, but I don't know. Go for that gap. It's not really there.
Can Pixel get on the inside?
But I would be surprised if there wasn't a dive from... Although Ocampo gets a really, really good exit there, doesn't he? Yeah, no. Pixel's not able to compete.
Yeah, he's got a lot more ERS though, so I expect things to happen there. Another place where I expect things to happen is the front, because Noel is already within a second of Satoshi, who's got a harder tire compound. So he's obviously going to be in trouble very soon with Noel closing in rapidly. He's won in Tier 1 in Canada, and he is a no assist runner in this assist tier, and his pace looks very nice. And Clara and Skysbits are fighting. Yeah, and Pixel already with a warning. He's not going with a penalty. He's not going to be happy with that.
No, but if he minimizes it now and doesn't get another one, he will not lose too many positions.
Yeah, might just be fine. And Skysbits and Clara gets the run around the outside. Manages to secure that overtaking maneuver up into P7. Now on the hunt for Keyboard Magnussen. And Noel is already within 6/10 of Satoshi. Wasn't the boldest of predictions, but yeah, it's exactly happening as I thought it would. And I think this lap is already going to be the one where Noel will put it on the line, and also back down, or a little bit down. Justin has just made the pass on Clef. Unfortunately, we missed that. And they were the two who came together in the last corner. They are still side by side with each other, or rather with each other, running with each other. Similar pace. And it's very promising. Wasn't Clef in a Corsa last race? I think he was, because the Williams looks kind of odd to me with Clef's name.
Not sure.
And Verk and Skysplits are running very close. Actually, Verk has set up Skysplits for a move here. I don't think. Oh wow! I had to brake in the long right hander. Nola has not done anything on Satoshi.
Yeah, he's got him, and Skysplits knows it.
Yeah, he's like struggling a little bit on traction there. Try to get the foot down as early as possible, but that won't save you now. As Verk pulls through into P8, P2 in the championship. Keep that in mind. Clef and Justin, the final word here hasn't been spoken yet. We've got Yellows and Manco's. Manco. Yeah, he has retired. I mean, it's safe to say he wouldn't have played much of a role anymore, but it's still unfortunate. George MS has actually made quite his way up the order. Has now got a penalty, but I think he started way down. Yeah, he's gained 12 positions, as much as Noel. He's come from P17. It's a great race for George as well. Now that he
starting to come down.
Now that it actually seemed like it was going to be in touching distance, Noel is struggling to do that final bit that is required from him to get.
Yeah, there's a very easy reason why though, Tim, but that's because he's on the soft tires, and at this point it will be slower than the medium Satoshi's on.
That is true. Yeah, that's a good point. I hadn't actually considered that, because normally you look at 4 lap-old tires and you're like, well, I mean, those are great, aren't they? But no.
Nope.
Verk is past Clara. That looked like an easy pass just from. I just saw the tail end of it. Clara almost breaking himself there. But and George actually pits. Has he got wing damage? Please tell me he doesn't have wing damage. Well, why would he pit? He's on. That's also why I question everyone going onto the softs, because I don't know. I'm not even confident you could. I'm not even confident it's a good plan to go softs to mediums to the end. I don't think that works. So like, why would you? Why wouldn't you just go on the hards and see if you could drag them to the end? And if not, you can still do softs. Maybe not. I don't know. Not what I would have done. I would have probably tried to go on hards or do like double mediums. But who am I to judge? No.
To be honest.
So, the general developments right now are that Noel is struggling to get close to Satoshi. Clef and Justin are staying around equal with each other, and Verks.
He's got the RS.
Yeah, and Verks is. Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah, Noel has the RS. He's keeping just in range of Satoshi, but he's not able to get anywhere.
Yeah, he's just barely hanging on. Maybe you could like compare lap and sector times. Because I think he's going to. Probably the long straight is his only saving grace right now. Straight lane speed obviously not really being affected by tire wear. And after 6 laps, these tires will be dead.
Yeah, his tires are not in good shape.
Yeah, there's a theory here. I think we've. Justin with a penalty, and now Justin and Clef pit. And I assume this is going to be hard for hards.
Final stop, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's a theory, and it's very likely that it's true. And that is that, you know how in last game there weren't like mediums, hards, and softs, you just had like ultra softs
yeah.
and that sort of stuff. And we suspect that they just didn't transition the system over, because there was, in China you had the system where you had ultra softs and then you skipped the super softs and you went to mediums and mediums and hards as the other compounds. So it's thought that they just transitioned that one by one. So these softs here actually have like the performance and the tire wear of an ultra soft tire compared to the mediums that have the properties of a medium tire of 2018. So that's probably why softs are quite quick here, but they are dead after 6 laps, which is very early. That shouldn't happen. And I mean, there's similar things to be seen in Hockenheim, or the hard tires around Silverstone being especially horrible because they were the ice blue tires last season. And now Noel actually dives into the pits. So I'm pretty sure that's what's going on here. I mean, that's not great, is it?
Yeah, no, I think he regrets that move.
Yeah.
I kind of missed the tire system we had last year. Or 2 years ago now, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if I do.
Softs and stuff, but it, I guess I get why they're doing it now. It's easier for someone who doesn't view us regularly.
It got kind of ridiculous when a super soft was your hardest tire the weekend. I get why that's kind of weird.
I mean, it would have been confusing if you didn't watch F1 and you saw like Monaco, where the ultra soft was the most used one, a hyper soft I think it was last year.
Pixel! Pixel's pulling off a pass into the snail section of turn 1 there on Ocampo, and then looked like it was going to be contact, but there was obviously a bit of netcode and lagging involved.
Pixel in a great position though, and so is Noel.
Yeah, I don't know. They still have to pit before the end, I think. So I don't know. Like, I mean, Pixel is on his way up. I think he can get some points. Also, I want to point out how last time his helmet was just the Tipsy Bob lookalike. Now it's like accidentally lookalike, and now it's just full on.
He's done that fully on purpose.
Yeah, I know. I've heard him talk about it. I mean, I had the similar situation. I had my green and white helmet for the Williams last year, and then I drove it in SLR and it was in the McLaren and realized, oh, I look like Tipsy. And he bashed me for that, but yeah. And then I gave in, but Pixel, quite the opposite.
Indeed.
Disrespecting the old man. I mean, the second oldest Northern Irish guy we have. Justin the Racer's dropping... Oh, Justin the Racer's dropping because he's... I think he's probably hit like the death curve on the long right hand or something, because he's dropped 2 positions. He was... or has he? Because he's been overtaken by Joel and George for sure. And because Clef has pitted, I don't quite know where that was. What happened to Clef, by the way?
Yeah, Clef and Justin took each other out. Well, one of them took the other out.
Well, again?
No, just that once. And that's the reason they were that far back.
Oh, Inferno Coin Ocampo, side by side. Gunther Steiner will bite his nails there, but apparently these 2 Haas drivers know how to stay respectful on track to each other. That's...
Don't jinx it, please.
Quite the rare sight. Oh, I'm full on jinxing it. Come on, yeet him, Inferno. No, just kidding. But he's setting him up. I must say, credit to Inferno. He's fighting Ocampo well here. But he's got hards that are 8 laps old while Ocampo has got mediums. And he's... Oh my god, he's actually pulled it off around the outside. That is great respectful racing by the 2 of them. And Inferno gets the better of him. And I think he can actually make it to the end. He was like in P17. 17, and
Tyson.
but he's maybe pulled a strategic masterstroke here because he's in P5 now, and Pixel, Keyboard, Magnus, and Satoshi all still have to pit. Maybe he's played the field and got himself in a very good position again. George and Joel are actually fighting, and Joel just passes him on the DRS straight. It's just the thing about China. If there's going to be a move, it's most on the straight, then it's most likely going to be an easy move, as Ocampo has repassed Inferno Koi.
Thimo, what color tire does Ocampo have for you?
What?
What color tire does Ocampo have? What color?
Ocampo, yeah, it's red, but in the telemetry it says it's mediums. So I assume it's mediums, and I think he would be quicker, and his tires would be quicker to die if it was.
Yeah, I'm just looking at chat. Yeah, I mean, definitely mediums.
And now George gets a run on Inferno here. Can he maybe pull it, hang it around the outside? Goes very deep into that corner, getting a swing maybe into the S section. Can he have the inside? No, he doesn't have the inside on Inferno. So Inferno stays safe for the moment, and Joel tries his luck on the outside. Almost got squeezed onto the grass, and oh, that was close. Bit close for comfort there, but nothing happened, so it's good.
How long do medium tires last?
So if you do like a medium to hard strategy, with having used them in the qualifying, you do like 11 laps. So like probably 12, 13.
So they could have done wet, well, enters medium.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like I would have, if I was in this race, I would have either done. Oh, George is making a move. The two Haas are also running side by side. Inferno, okay, can he?
Yeah.
Oh wow! Oh, Inferno, George almost missed his braking there by the looks of it and managed to avoid him.
Joel is joining the party in just a moment. In fact, Justin is looking like he's having a fancy at the peak here as well. Keep in mind, Justin does not have to pit anymore. The cars in front of him do.
Coming into turn 1, and George has a massive run on the outside there. Inferno Koi gets carried wide. Ocampo in P7 now. He sees the opportunity. Ah, don't jinx it. I have full trust in these guys. We also, I mean, I was super impressed at Bahrain. They were all doing a very good job. We didn't have like proper bow incidents, and so far this looks very decent as well.
It does actually, yeah.
Yeah, they look like they know how to place their cars and how to have full car widths of space between each other and stuff. It's because that's how racing works, isn't it? But I mean, it's a sign of trying to be respectful, and now I'm just full on trying to defend my ego, am I not?
I suppose, man, I suppose.
I suppose.
Thanks, by the way, to all the gamers watching. Smash the like button and hit subscribe. And what was that other thing you have to do? Think like a YouTuber, Thimo. Smash the bell button, boys.
God.
Smash it.
Can you please stop posting cringe on my live stream?
Well, no, I want them to hit the bell button so they can see us posting cringe multiple times per week here on the EGL channel.
You will not post cringe on my watch again.
Thimo, we're doing it right now. You can't stop me.
Commentators writes I can move you out the channel. What are you going to do? Rejoin her? Yeah, that would actually work.
Oh, that was close, Justin and Joel. Yikes!
I thought, what is he shouting about? What am I missing? But yeah, that was what I was seeing as well. I thought I was missing the most epic action, but yeah, that looked like it was going to be an impact. I was prepared to start screaming there. Didn't happen in the end.
Do you think I was overselling the moment, Thimo?
Yes.
Do you not share my enthusiasm?
No, I think it was huge.
Huge. Like the Dorito man himself.
What? What are you talking about?
I feel like you know.
I think you're talking about the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, but I don't know why you're talking about him.
The United States of America, Donald J.
I don't know why you're talking about him on our live stream right now.
I was extreme.
Is this the kind of stuff you guys are talking about before you start singing Country Roads?
Yeah. Well, what happened, by the way, to having the extreme at the start of the extreme?
Well, you should have shouted it. I can't with my voice. Justin now finally passed Joel. He'll be happy with that.
Yeah, give it your best shot, Thimo.
At what?
At extreme.
Oh, that was extreme. Oh, Joel has been caught up.
Extreme.
Joel's been caught off there. He and Justin came together. I don't know whose fault that was. Doesn't really matter. The effect of it is Joel drops out of the points-paying position.
Mr. Verk's going for an overtake on Justin here into turn 1, and he goes for an absolute yeet around the outside.
Can he make it stick? That's the question. Thanks for bailing me out of that extreme situation. Wonderful, thanks.
No, I'm getting you right back in it right after this, buddy. Don't you worry about it.
This side-by-side action was rated extreme!
FST, Ocampo, and Mr. Gaybotty as well, side by side into the turn 4, I believe this is.
I'm so sad you didn't react to my try. I gave it my best.
What? You did?
Yeah, I did. Oh, they actually wheel bumped there. Oh, are they? Is this going to go?
Oh, no!
He comes back! He was on the grass there. He had to
it's still
rejoin.
alive.
How are they alive? I can't believe it. Oh, what are these guys doing?
Go on, give me a best extreme. Go on then, Timo.
Rated extreme!
See, there you go. That's not too bad.
Was the best I can do. That used up all my testosterone for the next 2 weeks.
It's not too bad, you know.
Worth. And there's actually, I only just realized we actually have a train from P3 to P, what is it, 10 here?
Yeah, a lot of people have to pit still though.
Yeah, and now
Mr.
Pixel
Pixel for one is yeeting straight into it now. He's going to fit medium tires. I'm sure, I hope. Oh no!
Oh, he gets a speeding penalty, so he's at 8 seconds now.
He cracks under the pressure from himself. I would stick on board with Burke here because something's going down.
Yeah. Oh, Gabriel! Pushing Justin a little bit there. Oh, just to clear it up, Ocampo is Gabriel. That's his AC name. I'm using them interchangeably, just for those who don't know. He blocks him off there. Justin, they are racing so close, it's incredible. There's like a lot of wheel rubbing going on, but like no proper...
Stinky!
That's
professional commentary, by the way. Stinky! Just say that every time you're about to witness a dive bomb. Put that in the highlights for them. It's like this season highlights.
We should do a cut up and do post commentary on Night Hunter dive bombs from season 2 and stinky vroom.
I think it's about to be real stinky hours.
And Keyboard Magnuson makes a clean move.
Have a look at Burke. Stinky!
Can you stop saying stinky all the time?
Big stinky hours!
Oh no, they make contact! Justin goes back on track. And Burke is actually the one getting the better of it. He's in P7. That went quite well for him. Justin is struggling. I mean, he's got pace. But now the second in the championship actually overtook him. One who's going to be in the lead of the championship after this. Maybe it's Satoshi. He's 23 seconds ahead of Noel. After he'll pit...
Boy.
After... Oh, these are...
I can smell it, the stinky.
You're not the most serious person, are you? Anyway...
Me? What do you mean?
Burke tries it here and this is very fascinating to watch.
Boy.
Because everyone is always trying a move on everyone. It's very hard to call out specifics. Gotta say, as Clef almost gets it a bit wrong on the curb there. He really hugged that on the inside. And Gabriel still leads the train. Justin having a little look on the inside.
Justin Timberlake going for a dive.
No, it doesn't make it stick. We've got yellow flags. Let's hope no one died there. Keyboard Magnuson's actually very close to George MS, and he's going to make a pass for P3 here. Going back onto the podium positions, and we have
Timberlake going very wide.
We have to go back to the others, and it's Clef who's now trying one on Justin the racer. Work on the outside of Gabriel. We've got two doubles. They're running double file. Oh no!
Shit.
Has Justin outbroken himself? He definitely has. I wasn't hard to see. Completely full on shunted into my car there, into Gabriel's car. But Justin with a penalty. He's not going to be happy about that, is he? I must say, my voice starts cracking now. It's There's too much
My voice
shout.
starts cracking now because it did the extreme thing once.
No, because I'm shouting all the time. And oh, wheel-to-wheel contact there.
I hate the fact that whenever I hear oh, I just think one thing. Dinky.
Yeah, that's.
But like it's actually getting annoying at this point. I can't stop hearing it.
it's Code Brown.
Thimo Brown.
Code Brown. Anyway. You know that you just made me hyper self-aware about knowing, oh, die gesamte Zeit. All the time Hagrid has retired, that's unfortunate. Also just notice that Clara is all the way down in P17. And Inferno Koi is spun!
Oh boy!
And he's going to reverse across the track, but NJJ is too far back, so it's fine. Like, relatively safe in the end. So there's something going down on the straight. Clara retires from the session. Clef tries it on the outside. Justin covers the inside. Can they make it? No. Oh, and
Justin stays ahead, but only for now. DRS up here. So Clef can do it this time. Maybe they had the exact same situation at the beginning of the race.
multiple
Except
times.
they both died.
These two are so close on pace.
Equally
and
matched,
everything.
yeah.
It's quite incredible. And now Verk has broken free. Gabriel has dropped a little bit back.
Little Big Planet.
A little big back. He's dropped a little big back, like a terrorist. What? Anyway.
Alright then.
Alright
Social
then.
commentary for you there.
It's not social
If we banned bags, there would be no terrorist attacks, I'm just saying.
I'm sure that's how it works. He should be a politician.
Nice.
I'm sure you'd be a good politician.
I mean, if we have the Doritos man on, on the west side, how about we have the Cheetos man here?
You're the Cheetos man.
Although, I would be yellow then. Well, then Hugos should do it.
Oh. Oh. I see how it is. I see how it is. You think just because he's Asian, he's smart.
Whoa,
and
whoa,
therefore
whoa,
you
whoa,
should do
whoa,
the
whoa,
job.
whoa. You said that.
Did
not
you just
me.
call him smart? I don't think you should have said that. Anyway, Clef and Justin running side by side on the long straight. And Justin is defended once again. Clef is really having a hard time getting past there. I honestly don't remember who was trying to pass who originally. They've swapped positions so often, and they are trying it on each other all the time, so it's very hard to keep track. Now on the outside, can he make it stick? I mean, he's well ahead there. Yeah, that was a beautiful move. I did not think that would work, but it did. And Gabriel has finally come into the pits, so that promotes Pixel back into the points-paying positions. Because he's got 8 seconds of time penalty, as soon as the intervals show, yeah, actually, Wimpy is in a points-paying position here. So it was worth it that he didn't retire after that shunt on the long straight in lap 1 with NJJ.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But I don't know if his tires are gonna wanna last.
Are they? Well, I mean, 17. He's going to struggle, that's for sure. He's 3 seconds up. I think, yeah, maybe Pixel can.
Yeah,
I think
if he
Pixel should be able
keeps it
to.
together now, there's positions in there for him. He has a very big tire advantage.
Yeah, I think Pixel can drive 5 seconds on Wimpy because he's on fresh mediums versus worn hards, and it's more than 5 laps. So I think he should be able to do it. Also, Pixel's pace is quite great, but I think they even qualified on the same grid row, so I don't think this is going to be a massive difference in that. It's more going to be the tires that make the difference here in this late stage of the race for the last points paying position of the McLarens. You know that I already drank 1.5 liters since we started broadcast. Okay. Oh yeah, that's unfortunate. Don't know what happened there. I think he had a quiet race because I don't remember saying his name on stream once, so I assume he had quite the quiet race.
Man, Satoshi is running away with this. Absolutely. I mean,
he is.
There's going to be so much going wrong for him right now to not get this. He has the best tires on the field, really, aside from Ocampo. He's 4.5 seconds out of P2. That is a much older tires. He's got this set.
Yeah, he has. He is quite quick. He has a 1 tier 2 in SLR before. Skyspeed's... What is 00?
No more yellow. Nothing. I don't know why.
Another yellow. Don't know what it is. Sector 1, 2?
I think it's a bug.
Yeah, maybe. That's... Falco's car is ghosted. Maybe it's like sometimes too slow giving us yellows. I don't know. Something like that, probably. You know it's bad when like the ACTV mod is a lot better to understand, to read when it comes to yellows, because there it just shows the name of the guy who causes the yellow flag in yellow. I think everyone should do the same.
Yeah.
Would be a very useful tool, because that way it ends up just being a guessing game and trying to find out who did something wrong. But I mean, this game has other areas where it has to improve the replay system. It's relatively fine, I guess. Oh no, the spectator system is fine, I guess. Another yellow flag.
Oh, another yellow, but sector 2 again.
Yeah, it's again sector 1 and 2, so it's, I guess, the same specific chunk of track where one car is parked. I want, how are the lap times between Keyboard Magnussen and George going? Can you maybe check up on that?
Yeah. Keyboard doing mid-low 36s. And George is doing... Yeah, he's not really able to... Yeah, he's sort of in the ballpark. He's like high 36s at the moment.
Okay. I mean, that's pretty decent. But it's not going to be enough to mount a challenge or mount an attack on Keyboard Magnussen in these final 5 laps of the race.
Yeah, it's a big gap.
I mean, just as Satoshi and Noel, I think since you mentioned it last time, it's grown by 3 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, the tire difference right now pace-wise is very, very big seconds.
Will Satoshi actually lead the championship after this race? And I think, if Satoshi hasn't scored points yet, he's going to be at 25. Noel, I think, has finished... I don't know, actually.
Who's got the fastest lap?
I'll check. Soon. There you go. It's Satoshi.
Where did you even see that?
It's in the gap.
Oh, yeah, fastest lap, alright.
Yeah. Professional broadcaster, by the way.
I thought there was going to be a wee funny purpley bit there next to the tires or something, but... Oh, Satoshi makes a bit of a hash of that. Not like it's gonna change much about his result, though.
Yeah.
I mean, 9 seconds almost. It's a yoke. The 9 seconds.
Yeah, it's been just a very good drive from him. But also by, Noel also had a very good drive. And, George MS also a stand-up performer coming from P17 up into P4. I mean, and he's keeping up with Keyboard Magnussen. They're basically driving the same laps. I think since I mentioned them the last time, the gap has increased for 2/10 over like 2 laps. So it's very close between the two of them. Almost like there's an invisible line holding them at the same distance, basically. They're doing all really well. The problem is just we don't have people running too close on track. Joel is actually close to Wimpy, as Wimpy struggles on his tires, and I think this is probably going to be the last fight we will get. And actually, Wimpy is 6.7 seconds off Pixel.
Yeah, he might be getting the point here.
Yeah, and if Joel could track him, Joel could also still get himself from P12 to P10. So Joel and Wimpy and Joel Wimple, I can't talk.
You got this, man. 3rd time's the charm. I believe in you. Do it. You can do it.
Joel, Wimpy 3 trademark, and Pixel will fight out for the final points paying position with each other, I think. There you go. That was fluent.
That is a real extreme
That was
rated
about
moment.
as excited as the German Formula E commentator. What? Anyway.
You what? And about as exciting as the Oh, Inferno gets hit by Mr. Pixel.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting impatient here. I don't even think he's going to change anything. He's got the 8 seconds, and he's not going to break free by 8 seconds. But now he's hanging around the outside here. At least trying to finish P9 on track. Inferno Koi P10 with that. But Inferno Koi doesn't have the seconds. Now Pixel just needs to get away from Wimpy and Joel. And maybe if they get caught up in a fight, there might be... that might be the chance for Pixel. But now Joel, with a very unusual overtaking spot with this fresh soft tires alongside with Wimpy. And he absolutely outbrakes him.
Get the RS. No, not outbraking. Wimpy let him by there for sure.
Okay, yeah, from my camera angle, I didn't really see Wimpy, so I thought just Joel absolutely...
that was pure tactic, but...
Yeah, but look at the gap already, it's already a second, almost.
Yeah, he completely misjudged that. But it's evident that the DRS was the plan.
Yeah,
in chat, GK Project says, does Gilbert have a penalty? He does not, he has 2 warnings.
Oh, that's very close then. Another... I mean, this is basically the best scenario for Joel because he didn't lose any time on passing Wimpy, really. Like, Wimpy didn't hold him up for long. I think he was riding, like, on his tail for like half a lap where he got properly held up and then he just passed him the first opportunity given. So, he is like a bit more than 7 seconds behind Pixel. If he is within a second for the next 2 laps, then he gets that point, which would be quite cool. He's had some troubles in the past, also over at SLR. His PC has crashed down, crashed a lot. His internet, sometimes he didn't get into lobbies, been plagued by bugs and crashes. And I mean, he's also had a crash in this race. I don't quite remember who it was, but it was like out of a hairpin where he got tagged onto the grass. So he's having a tough time, but if he can get some points in the end, that would be nice for him.
Quite indeed.
Huh?
Quite indeed. I just looked at a chat message. GK Project said George is clean too, and Tipsy answers depends on how often he washes.
Oh my god, Master of Comedy is striking again.
Hours.
Will you please take a seat? Steals a chair. That's where we are at with Tipsy. Anyway.
Oh no. You really must be lying at this point.
No! Oh no!
Oh, there we go. Oh god.
You wanted it earlier, now you got it.
Smash a like if you agree.
Oh my god. No, not like this, Bants. We all know that all of your a sense of self-worth depends on EGL stream likes.
Of course it does.
Yeah, I mean, what else? I mean, that's the entire charm of the age of the internet.
Watch it ever and just press dislike now.
Yeah, free dopamine. And Satoshi on the final, or on the straight for the final time. And unless he's going to be the biggest bottle job I've ever seen, he's going to win this race. It's 1 corner to go for him, and he's been outstanding today. Let's actually check where he came from on the grid. He gained 2 positions. He came from P3, was a good qualifying, and now he has won in China with a significant gap on Noel in the Ferrari. Noel comes across, and he's come from P14. And drives to P2. For a moment I thought he could win this, but in the end Satoshi has got it. Keyboard Magnusson makes it 2 Racing Point cars on the podium. George MS with a stellar drive, really, from all the way down in P17 to P4.
Aren't you supposed to do it a bit more ear rapey?
Huh?
Like, Satoshi wins the Chinese Grand Prix or something like that.
Champion of China! And and NJJ, wait, Pixel was actually ahead of NJJ in the end? Well, Pixel is across the line. Now the question is, can Joel... No, Joel is behind... Oh, Joel is behind. Joel had a penalty and Wimpy was out of range for Pixel, so Pixel gets to keep his point. A little bit of a... Yeah, nice And for him, he was running very strong in that race. It's kind of a shame he didn't get to extract a better result out of it. But at least he's able to come home with a point.
Yeah, and the drive of today is going to be a bit tough on this one.
Yeah, I've got like, there's three names. There's three names on my mind. I can't really hear you.
Satoshi as the third one, let's be honest.
Who were the first two?
George and Noel.
Yeah, of course they were. Yeah, of course the three of them were the ones on my mind. Of course. Who else? It's just going to be very hard to make one out.
You know what? Let's let the boys in chat vote with us. How about that? We both leave our votes, right? And then we let everyone in chat leave their votes.
Okay.
And that's it. But who were your three that you were talking about?
I nominate Satoshi, Noel, and George.
Oh, so it was those three.
Yes, it was.
Okay, boys in chat, who do you think should get driver of the day? I'm seeing 2 George. I'm seeing 1 Satoshi. Which is very fair as well. Another George. Justin says Justin. That's not the first time.
I'm afraid no.
So it's just gonna be a weekly thing now with Justin nominating himself with whatever comes up. If so, I'm completely down for that.
Who would you?
Yeah, I don't know if anyone else.
You can throw in a vote as well. Who would you say?
I'll vote for Noel.
Yeah, I was going to vote for Noel as well.
Okay, so it's 2 for Noel.
But I think we had the most for George, didn't we?
Got 4 for George.
I'm completely fine with that.
3 for George.
I think.
And we got 1 for Satoshi.
I think we should go for that. It's a fair one. He came from P17. It was a very good drive in the end. And,
yeah, Noel was P16, I believe, as well.
Yeah, Noel came from P14.
So now it's equalized, actually. 3 Noel, 3 George.
Well, I guess only a fist fight can decide.
Do you want to do a coin flip?
Huh?
Do you want to do a coin flip?
I don't know. That's kind of random.
I don't think there's much between them, to be honest.
It's just.
I just think Noel. And I personally think Noel edged him out a bit there, but I think they both did really.
Yeah, I believe Noel edged him out as well. It's just. Both drove a really good race, but like Noel's first stint was super impressive. He was suddenly all the way up there, and I think he came P2, and I don't even think he had a properly favorable strategy. I think George is. That's the driver's responsibility as well. He made a good strategy call and it worked out fine. I think just on track, Noel was like a really big surprise for me. And I personally would give it to Noel. So that's my reasoning. And if Chad is in a tie and we both think Noel, I think that's fair. Sorry, George. I don't want to make you hate me.
George, I also have to say he's also an absolute legend in general. I heard only good things about him as a whole.
Definitely is. Also,
Noel as well is a great lad. So I guess we're giving it to Noel, but it's pretty much a tie, honestly. Yeah. I think regardless,
I actually feel
fantastic
pretty bad for that. But
yeah, but I think there's not much between them, to be honest. I think, both fantastic job.
Yeah.
And Satoshi, of course, as well up there. He led that race, no problem. He would also deserve it, clearly. But I think we should probably skip over to the interviews, because in 15 minutes' time, we're going to be broadcasting to Israel Tier 1. So we're going to be moving in Mr. Justin, and Thimo, I'm going to leave you to do the thing you like the most. That's the interviews.
That is objectively not true.
Yes, okay, here we go. Hello, Justin.
Hello.
Okay, so, you qualified on pole position, obviously. How were the conditions in qualifying? Was it like a super treacherous? How was the track evolution? Because it's kind of hard to see from the outside. We could just see that the times set at the start were kind of not really beaten in the end. How rapidly was the track going downhill? And we just Yeah.
Well, when I went and did my first lap, it was fine. It was just like, it was dry. I had grip and everything. I then tried to do a second lap, and I found myself going 2 seconds slower.
Oh.
So the wits did kind of kill us, and yeah, with the steam reset, and that happened and everything.
You're having quite the bad background noise. I don't know if you can like quickly fix something about it, but just so you know. So then in the race, you obviously started from pole position, but it didn't end up going that well. I mean, it's kind of safe to say. Like, can you maybe talk us through what happened there? Because it was like a lot of things going on, hard to keep track. Maybe give us your perspective.
Well, to summarize, I got rammed quite a few times. First, in the first lap, I got punted a tiny bit, knocked my front wing, and then afterwards, when I went in the pit lane, I just got complete rammed by a Williams car. And then
Yeah. So on the first lap, you had that collision with Clara. We obviously saw that. In the second one, there wasn't on stream, unfortunately. Bants caught that. It was with Clef. Like, you were trying to go into the pits. But,
no, I was gonna keep going, but then I got rammed, so I just said, no, I'll just turn around and go in the pits then. But I wasn't intentionally supposed to go in the pits from the beginning, so.
Because there was a massive stream of cars going into the pits, so like I saw the aftermath, and my reaction was that one of them tried to go into the pits by running side by side, and they killed each other that way. But like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe if you have your footage and you feel like it's an incident worth reporting, then
it is, but I don't have any footage, sadly.
That is unfortunate. Yeah, so the next race is Baku. It's quite a dreaded track by a lot of drivers. There's always chaos. There's always overtakes. I personally, as a spectator, love it. Baku races are only great as a spectator sport. But at least that's my opinion. What's your opinion? Do you like driving Baku? And like, do you have any specific expectations? Are you good on that track, or is it more like one of those you just want to get behind you?
Yeah, it's one of those I just want to get behind you. To be honest, anything from Bahrain to Britain, I completely dislike. But yeah, but Baku will be pretty interesting, especially on the DRS straight. I won't say I'm good at it, but I won't say I'm bad at it. I'm like in between, so I'm probably expecting top 5 finish. So yeah.
I mean that's a good. I mean, I think you have a good shot at it. You showed some very good pace in the last 2 races and also qualifying sessions. So I think that's a realistic expectation. Thanks for the interview and good luck in Azerbaijan next week.
Thank you.
Yeah, see you, Justin.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Alright,
Yes.
we're going to do a quick double interview as well with Noel and Satoshi.
Noel and Satoshi.
Yes?
I think you should do it, Bants.
Hello.
I have full trust in you.
Hello.
So, how was that then? Mr. Satoshi isn't here. I kind of want to wait for him, but he's still muted, so I'm gonna...
Oh, wait.
He's still muted. Anyway, so
Yeah, it was-
Well,
I
thanks
want
anyway.
to start.
It
I
was
want to
good.
start up with an F1 2019 interview line, but I can't think of it.
You left quite a bit of paint
that's
on the
what-
wall there. Were you struggling for grip
that's
today?
that's why I was waiting there for a moment, but it doesn't. What was it? Anyway, no. So thanks anyway. How was that then?
Well, the start was nice.
Yeah.
I had to avoid a couple of guys, but yeah. I gained like 4 or 5 position after turn 2, and it was going good until the track went dry. And
Yeah.
my strategist, Mr. Bonotto, told me to put the soft on, and I had no idea because I'm just a driver.
Yikes!
That is so unfortunate. I mean, but
That is very sad.
But isn't
very
it like
sad.
at a point where you're a Ferrari driver and obviously an experienced
I'm a
Ferrari
Ferrari
driver,
driver,
where
yeah.
you would just like automatically do what the team tells you not to do? Isn't that like a thing at that point? Or
Yeah, in the briefing he said they didn't collect the data because the quali was also wet. Yeah.
yeah, you should have definitely done all the practice programs because they are a lot of fun. You should have done them, then they would have had data. I guess
Yeah.
this on you. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Well, thanks anyway, Satoshi.
Oh,
Hello.
thanks for cutting me off. I actually had a question.
Yes.
I wanted to ask because I mean your pace was obviously very good. Otherwise, you wouldn't have finished in P2. And but what went wrong qualifying for you? You started in P14, I think. Like what happened there was quite bad. With
I don't know
the
why
rain.
I tried the first run on the hard.
Oh
and,
no! I
and
can
the
see
track
where this
went.
is going.
Yeah.
Off track.
And then I went on the soft, and I couldn't improve on the soft. I couldn't improve my hard time.
Oh, okay. So then you were kind of
So,
trapped
yeah,
at the end of the
because-
grid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But I mean, it all went well in the race, and you also got driver of the day in the end.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you
Very
about that.
close vote. So now move on to Satoshi. Go Bants.
Hello.
Do your thing.
Okay.
Bants.
You left a lot of paint on the walls today. What?
And last week.
And last week.
I mean, Australia, of course.
Ah, yes, okay. Well, you still finished first. So you got
Somehow.
plus rep for the team there.
Also
Unfortunately, you
26
said the engine could use some work, so you're out of the team. I'm very sorry.
points.
That's a good last F1 race, though.
Nah.
I'm sorry, that was terrible interviewing.
Yeah.
You won the race. How does that feel?
Well, it was actually, I wasn't expecting at all. At quali, I
A
wanted
good
to do a
interview.
soft. I wanted to
Because
go
you
for a
thought you were
soft.
gonna interview him. That's why you thought that.
Well, I wanted to go for a soft run after the medium, but the steam shit happened. So if I would make that lap, I would be pole or something. Then at the start, I lost 2 places. Bad start, of course. And then a lot of things happened, like between Clara and Justin. And I was like in the rain, I was like very, very patient to wait for the chances, and it worked out. Lap 4, you know, I've got a MFD thing to switch to slicks, and it worked out. But it was like the Justin and Clara incident was way ahead of me, so I was like, oh my god. And then, yeah, 2 medium runs, and yeah, I am very, very happy to this result, and I was even surprised that I made it. After
Yeah, I
what
mean, the
happened
gap
in
as well.
last year.
The gap with which you won as well, I mean, yeah, that was pretty decisive. I think it was some 9 seconds or something at the end.
More than
It was
what? More than
14.
10. 14, okay.
Was it 14?
14.
Yes.
Jesus, okay, well, especially then. So, yeah, I mean, you also did everything right when it came to strategy, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Congratulations.
don't think
Thank
you
you.
could have
Thank
done
you.
much more.
Thank you, boys. Thank you.
Anyway, boys, we're gonna have to cut this one short because the lobby for tier 1's actually open now as well.
Well, I wanted to
I mean,
ask
you
him
gotta
about
let
how
the-
he feels about finishing out of Devin Butler. God damn it. Anyway.
Well, thanks anyway, boys.
Yeah, thanks for joining us in the commentary
Thank
booth.
you, boys.
Good
Yeah,
luck
thank you.
next week in Baku. It's Baku. You will probably need it, regardless of
Yes,
driving
boys, keep up the
capabilities.
performance.
Everyone needs luck there. And yeah, have a good one. And also everyone
Yeah.
who tuned in to the stream, thanks for watching. You can just stay on the channel and watch good drivers like myself spin out and crash into the wall horribly. And if you really want to see that, then you should stay here. It's going
Hell
to be
yeah, brother.
commentated by Mr. Hagrid and Mr. Pixel. So stay tuned for that, and see you next week. Any final words, Bants?
Hell yeah, brother.
Good luck, guys.
That's it. See ya.